Welcome to a new guitar tutorial. About 3 years ago I made a tutorial for the melody part of Revelation played by Robben Ford on his album Talk to Your Daughter, and I got a request to do the guitar solo of the song, and so here's at least the first part, the first A section of the guitar solo. If you're interested in sheet music, you can go to my Patreon page. There you can download a full transcription of the part I will show you in this tutorial, including tabs and regular notation. And if you enjoy the lesson and want to support my channel, please hit subscribe, ring the bell, leave a like, and drop me a line in the comments. Revelation is a gospel and blues oriented song, and you can cover a lot of ground improvising over the changes by using the major and the minor pentatonic or the blues scale. But there are some chords in it which need a little bit more attention, and playing this part of the original guitar solo by Robben Ford might definitely help to find out these places where the chords need a little bit more attention and find ways to fit these complicated chords. We're in the key of G major, and the solo starts on the 15th fret of the B string with a lick based on the G major pentatonic. We're doing a whole tone bend on the 15th fret of the B string, then going up to the 15th fret of the high E string, and then going down to the 12th fret of the E string. After that, we're going down to the 10th fret of the B string, and here we're doing a half tone bend, going back to the 10th fret, then a hammer-on pull-off starting on the 8th fret up to the 10th fret, then down to the 9th fret of the G string, and then back up to the B string, and here we're playing a hammer-on from the 8th to the 10th fret. One more time. After that, we're going on to the 5th fret of the high E string. Here we're playing also a hammer-on and pull-off starting on the 5th fret up to the 6th fret. Then down to the 8th fret of the B string, back up to the 5th fret of the high E string, and then there's a half tone bend on the 7th fret of the E string, rebend, and then down to the 5th fret of the E string again, and then down to the 8th fret of the B string. After that, there's a lick that leads us down the minor pentatonic. Basically, we're starting on the 6th fret of the B string, doing a hammer-on to the 10th fret and a pull-off, then down to the 7th fret of the G string. Then we're doing a hammer-on pull-off from the 5th fret to the 7th fret of the G string, and then going down to the 8th fret of the D string. After that, we're going down to the 5th fret of the D string, 3rd fret of the D string, 5th fret of the A string, and then down to the 3rd fret of the A string. And here we're doing a little bluesy bend. The next lick is based on the G major pentatonic again. We're starting on the open D string, 2nd fret of the D string, open G string, 2nd fret of the G string, then the open B string, 3rd fret of the B string, 5th fret of the B string, and then up to the 3rd fret of the high E string. One more time. The next lick is also based around the major pentatonic. We're doing a half tone bend on the 5th fret of the high E string, then rebend to the 5th fret, 3rd fret of the high E string, then there's a half tone bend on the 5th fret of the B string, then down to the 3rd fret of the B string, and then we're going down to the 5th fret of the G string, up to the 3rd fret of the B string, and then down to the 3rd fret of the G string, where we're doing a little bluesy bend up. So one more time this lick. Then the next lick is based around the G minor pentatonic. So we're starting with a whole tone bend on the 5th fret of the G string. So this whole tone bend, then we have the 3rd fret of the B string and the 3rd fret of the high E string. Then we're going down to the 6th fret of the B string, 3rd fret of the B string. Then we have a whole tone bend on the G string again. Then the 5th fret of the G string, 3rd fret of the G string, then back up to the 5th fret of the G string, and then 3rd fret of the G string. Sorry, 3rd fret of the B string, 3rd fret of the G string, and then we're ending on the 5th fret of the D string. One more time. Then the next lick is based around the G major pentatonic again. So we're starting on the 2nd fret of the D string, up to the 5th fret of the D string, which is played twice. Then the 2nd fret of the G string, down to the 5th fret of the D string again. Then we're doing a slide bend on the 2nd fret of the G string. Back down to the 2nd fret of the G string. 5th fret of the D string again. Up to the 2nd fret of the G string again. 5th fret of the D string one more time, and this lick ends on the 2nd fret of the G string. And after that, the harmony is going to B7 chord, and this is one of the places I mentioned where it's helpful to have a little bit more attention on the harmony. And he's playing, or he's starting with a B major triad, and then he's going chromatically upwards on the E string. So we're starting on the 4th fret of the G string, up to the 4th fret of the B string, and then up to the 2nd fret of the high E string, which is our B major triad. And then we're going up to the 3rd fret of the E strings, 4th fret, 5th fret, 6th fret. And here we're doing a half tone bend up to the B. And then rebend and pull off to the 3rd fret. Then we're going down to the 3rd fret of the B string, up to the 3rd fret of the B string again, and then there's a pull off from the 6th fret to the 3rd fret of the B string. So one more time, this complete lick. After that, we're going up to the 5th fret of the B string. So we're starting on the 5th fret of the B string, up to the 8th fret of the B string. Then there's a hammer-on pull-off from the 5th fret to the 6th fret of the high E string. Down to the 8th fret of the B string again. Then back up to the 5th fret of the high E string. hammer on to the 7th fret of the high E string, and then back down to the 8th fret of the B string again. And this next lick and this next harmony is also one of these places that the chord is going to C minor 6, C minor major 7 with an E flat in the bass. And the scale for this chord is the C melodic minor scale. And Robben Ford is moving a melody shape up. The E and the B string was starting on the 6th fret of the high E string, going down to the 8th fret of the B string, and then up to the 5th fret of the high E string. Then we're moving this shape up 2 frets, so we have the 8th fret of the high E string, 10th fret of the B string, and the 7th fret of the high E string. And then we're moving this shape up another 2 frets, so we have the 11th fret of the E string, then the 13th fret of the B string, and we're ending on the 10th fret of the high E string. One more time. After that, we're doing a bluesy bend on the 13th fret of the high E string, followed by a halftone bend on the 12th fret of the E string, then rebend and going down to the 10th fret of the E string, then the 13th fret of the B string, up to the 10th fret of the E string again. And this lick ends on the 11th fret of the B string. Then after that we're going up to the 19th fret of the G string, doing a whole tone bend, and then we're playing the 20th fret of the B string. And then there's a lick which is going down the G minor pentatonic. So we're starting on the 18th fret of the B string, 15th fret of the B string. Then we have a bending on the 17th fret of the G string, rebend, then the 15th fret of the G string, then the 17th fret of the D string, 15th fret of the D string, and then the 15th fret of the A string, 17th fret of the A string, 16th fret of the A string, and then we're going down with our middle finger to the 15th fret of the A string. And then the last lick, which I will show you from this guitar solo, starts on the 15th fret of the A string. So we have the 15th fret of the A string going up to the 14th fret of the D string, and then up to the 17th fret of the D string. Then we're playing the 16th fret of the G string and the 15th fret of the B string. Then we're going down to the 17th fret of the D string. Then up to the 17th fret of the G and the B string. And then down to the 16th and the 15th fret of the G and B string again. And then down to the 17th fret of the D string. So one more time. After that we're going down to the 17th fret of the A string, then the 15th fret of the A string, and then we're doing a hammer-on from the 13th to the 14th fret of the A string, and then up to the 12th fret of the G string, which is played twice, and at the end we're doing a half-tone bend on the 14th fret of the G string. So one more time, this complete lick slowly. One more time. And this is the first A section of the guitar solo. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please hit subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, leave a like, drop me a line in the comments, visit my Patreon page, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.